For me, Great Expectations is about the story of this young man. It's a story of him leaving home for the first time. It's a story of him falling in love, learning what that first young obsessive love is like. And I think it really is a journey of self-discovery.
When I read Gupta's adaptation, I was really fascinated by how she transferred the world of this story to India in the mid-1800s under British colonial rule in a way that felt very natural and seamless and true to the story. It became a very Indian story, which is, of course, how she, the playwright, had related to this novel for years.
When Tanika Gupta readapted that, as she calls it, and moved it to the British Raj, or colonial India in the 1860s and 70s, she obviously moves a lot of that, not only in terms of class, but moves it in terms of race and caste, and brings two cultures to bear. So you also have cultural difference and language difference in a world that was actually really fascinatingly combining those two cultures and creating a subaltern class of English-educated Indians to try and negotiate between the two cultures that were trying to live together. And that is what Pip, the main character, becomes part of. And I think that's a fascinating world for us to learn about.
The first word that comes to mind when I think about this version of this story done today is that it's rich. This setting of this play in this cultural context, I think, heightens a lot of the themes that Dickens intended in terms of the story of this young man, his journey to becoming a gentleman, redefining what the word gentleman means at this time, redefining what this idea of advancement is. Particularly in this cultural context, and particularly the way that this play navigates race, I think Tanika has really elegantly, in terms of the casting, just woven it into this story, and it makes it deliciously complex, fantastically relevant, and just really exciting.
I love the fact that she, on many levels, has made it more complex, because we're looking at questions of class, of race, of colonialism and imperialism. We're looking at racial difference and a kind of hybridity. And we're really exploring what empire meant, and both to the colonizer and to the colonized.
And that is so exciting. I love doing that because I feel like a better citizen of the world. I understand people in a whole new way, and hopefully the play will give them that same experience, that they will be intrigued and fascinated and move forward in their understanding of what India has gone through as a culture and as a country and as a people, and its wonderful, subtle variations and its amazingly detailed history, which we tend to just drive over in swaths and not understand it as a very, very great example of how cultures come together and define themselves. And inside that, how individuals come together, like the story of Pip, how you build yourself out of all the history that's behind you. And I think that's what you learn so much about.